move. I really do love my job. Okay. Now, if you go to work every day and you don't really love your job, you might want to reconsider what you do for a living. I want to say good afternoon to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us once again here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. One of our featured authors is here, Mr. Tim, and I just want to dive right in and say good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Yeah, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. So,
Oh, well, you know what? I hear that all the time, Tim, but I'm going to say thank you for accepting the opportunity and accepting the invitation to be here. I'd love to have you on, but hey, nevertheless, I am grateful that you accepted the opportunity, and thank you so much. And diving right in, I want to just ask you, for all of our viewers and listeners around the world, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is author Mr. Tim is what I call him.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, so again, my name's Tim Paumen. I'm from a small town called Maple Lake, Minnesota. I was born and raised in here, and our town had roughly 2,000 people, so it's pretty small compared to most. And yeah, I have big dreams for a small town kid, and I just had some ideas on a book. Actually, it's not even on a book. I just had some ideas, and that I just started jotting these ideas down. And as it grew over the course of months and years, I kept on writing more and more. And finally, one day, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna write a whole book, and I did it. That was my goal. I set out and I finished it.
Wow. Speaking of that book, thoughts. You know what? It just amazes me when I even read the title. Thoughts from the Quiet Kid. Tell us a little bit about it if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I was always naturally shy growing up. I was always the stereotypical quiet kid in school, and then even after school and even into adulthood. And just because someone's quiet doesn't mean they don't have ideas. And I'd be listening to a conversation, or I'd be watching the world around me, and I'd just think about things, and I'd develop my own thoughts. And even though I wouldn't say it, I would have those thoughts. And until I started writing it, I really never shared it. And this is kind of my way of just sharing those thoughts and get the world from a different kind of view that people don't hear from a quiet kid.
Yeah. And those quiet kids are always the ones that have their mind in operation. There's always something going on. They're thinking about something. And I tell you, man, I am just so excited that you stepped up and stepped out on faith to release this publication. And I'm just going to, I'm going to dive in and say, what inspired you to write this book?
I'm naturally a very goal oriented person. Like I have bucket lists and I have goal lists for years, um, and it wasn't until I started writing those first thoughts that got me to start putting these together. And then I got to a point that you know what, I'm going to add this to my bucket list. I'm going to say I'm going to write a book. I'm going to be one of the few people to do it, and I figured out how to do it. And I wrote the book, and actually writing turned out to be the easy part. The hard part was the follow through. It was the editing, the finding the cover artist, finding the typesetter. That was like the hard part of actually writing the process. And once it was on my goal list, I just kept my nose to the grindstone until I got it.
Hmm.
And my inspiration was really just one thought I had at a funeral of all places, and I was started daydreaming. I probably shouldn't have had a funeral, but I did. And then when I got home, I had this thought and I wrote it down, and that was the start of it.
Wow. Yeah. It's not funny, but I am so grateful that you shared the fact that you thought about it at a funeral because sometimes you have to think about something positive or something that's a part of you outside of a funeral that's taking place at that particular time. And sometimes that's the best time to really think things through. And I heard you mention, Tim, that the hard part was the editing. But in addition to the editing and things of that nature, what challenges did you experience while working on your book?
The challenges I had was gathering my thoughts in a way to get it down on paper because some of the thoughts I had were very complex, and part of it was even me just figuring out what I thought about the topic. Like, for example, one of the chapters is about love, and not many people actually sit down and write out their entire beliefs on love, on different types of love, and what a love actually means. Like everyone says, "Oh, I fell in love at first sight," or "I love this person," but what does that actually mean? And it's very complex. And that was the biggest challenge with my chapters was taking the time and truly like digging deep into my own self to find out what that actually means to me. And so the book is more like a guide for myself now that it's done. Because when I have a thought on love, I'm like, you know what? I can go back. I know what my beliefs are on that, and getting that wrote down in a very simplified and explained manner. That was a challenging part, but now I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, I can imagine, and of course, I have to just put it out there. This is your freshman project. This is your first book release, correct?
Correct. Yep. First book.
Now I gotta ask, and you know, there's quite a bit of quite a few people out there that's going to be asking you as well. Can we expect other publications to follow?
Yeah, I think so. I really enjoyed it. I have ideas in my note app on my phone for more chapters for a second book. I think part of it would even be a follow up on some of the chapters in this current book. Even take it one step further, even more in depth on a topic. I'd love to do a children's book someday. That would be, I think that'd be a fun task to do, and I think I'd have a lot of fun getting that out there and a lot of ideas for that. But yeah, I definitely I like the idea of it. I love the process of it, and in future years, I'm gonna write another one.
You know, I heard you mention I would love to do a children's book. Well, in my opinion, you've already began that process because when we do anything we do in life, Tim, we think about it first. I mean, if we want to go take a shower, hey, it comes to your mind. I need to go take a shower. If we want to go to bed, we think about it, or and you've already put the process in play. You've already began what's necessary to say, hey, I'm going to write a children's book. So go ahead and claim it. Go ahead and begin you know what? Be like Nike said. That's the best quote that anyone can say in life. Just do it. So I agree with you. I am grateful. And again, I am just honored, privileged, and blessed that number one, you accepted the invitation to be a part of the GMAP Broadcast Network family. You accepted the invitation to be here with us today and allowing us to be a part of your journey. We're live here with one of our featured authors, Mr. Tim. I want you guys to sit tight. We'll be back right after this quick snippet on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Thoughts from the Quiet Kid. And of course, we are going to encourage each and every one of you that are chimed in now and or may even, in fact, get a copy of the rebroadcast on our social media platform, YouTube channel, and beyond. Of course, we encourage you to show your love, care, concern, and support. Pick up a copy, like it, share it. Send it to your followers, your family, your friends. I mean, hey, let's look at reality. We share everything else on Facebook. Why not share this? I think it'll be a great idea. And speaking of that, Tim, I just want you to break it down and tell us, if you don't mind, what's next for you as an author.
Right now, it's learning how to promote this book. I mean, again, this is my first book, so I'm not very good. I mean, it's a learning aspect to promote yourself. It's a weird idea to try to create posts to publish yourself or create advertising to promote yourself, and that's not natural for me. And so I'm going to keep do as much as I can to promote this and get my message out there. And then I'd love to hear feedback. That's my biggest thing. And whether it's on Amazon or Facebook, I want people to reach out to me because I want to communicate with my readers, and I want to know how my message translates to them, and what their thoughts are on my thoughts. And I want to hear more conversations and get more conversation with those people on my thoughts.
Wait. Let me rewind the tape and press play. Okay. You have never done a live on-air conversation / interview concerning your book publication.
Nope, this is my first live interview. I've done some book club meetings. I met with obviously some local businesses, some coffee shops in the area, a bookshop in the area. No, but this is my first radio live interview.
I have just made history. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've witnessed history today by featured author, Mr. Tim, joining us here for his very first live on-air conversation, talking about his very first publication. Now, I can see you in about 10, 15 years, and you're going to go back, Tim, and you're going to say, I remember when I did that very first live on-air conversation with Kevin over at GMAP Broadcast Network. Wow! I tell you, I am just overwhelmed with joy. Now, speaking of this, and of course, encouraging others to show their love, care, concern, and support, I got to ask, where is it that we can find your book? Where is it available? How can it be purchased?
So right now it's on Amazon. That's probably the most common one that people purchase from. You can also go right to my Facebook site. It's Tim Paumen Author, my Facebook page. You can buy right on that. I have a second page called Strive to Live. That also has that book on that. That's more about just accomplishing goals and helping people accomplish goals. And then I have some coffee shops in Kimball and Maple Lake and Annandale and some bookstores. If you're local to the area, I would suggest you go to them because I want to help my people too. And then also right on the GMAP site as well. I mean, there's right on the main featured author listing. You've been kind enough to have my book on there, so you can't miss that one either.
I was waiting for that. You know that, right? I was hoping. I said, I wonder if he's going to say. I wonder if he's going to say it. And thank you so much. For those of you that don't know now, author Mr. Tim is, of course, one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network site. We are so honored he accepted that invitation. All you have to do is simply stop by our platform. And, of course, it's located at gmap1.com. We encourage you to click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. Featured Authors. And, of course, you will be able to see the cover copy of the current cover that I'm currently showing you on our television screen. click on that copy. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author, as well as his very first publication. We are honored, we are privileged, and we are blessed to say that we appreciate the opportunity to help put this information out there to as many people around the world as possible. We're currently broadcasting in over 176 countries, and I am grateful for that, averaging 2,400 people a day. And of course, we are honored to present these outstanding individuals to people around the world each and every day. So we encourage you to be sure to like, to share this information with all of your followers, your family, your friends, and of course, encourage them to pick up a copy. Now, when and if you do decide to pick up a copy, do as Tim told you, please leave a review. Leave a review. I'll say it one more time. Leave a review. It only takes a few moments, and it will assist and help us. It will help Tim. It will help myself. It will help Amazon, and it will help others that are on the outside looking in, considering learning more about this particular publication as well as the author. So please leave a review. I got to ask you this important question. When you look back over all of the things that you've been through and where you are today, Tim, I want to find out, as an author, how would you like to be remembered?
Yeah, and that's it's a big question. And on the tagline at the top of my book, right in the front cover, there's a saying that um, it essentially says, if you want to find yourself, you got to know where to look first. And my book is my guide where to look first. I look for within. I look for my own thoughts. And if I could leave one thing that I want to be remembered by, is that number one, anything is possible. You just got to figure out how to do it. Like, the only limits that are in people are the ones they put on themselves. Stuff that hasn't been done yet, that's just because no one's ever tried it. And then number two, if I could show people the way on how to be a guide for themselves through challenges, through life, life, life goals, or life ideas. I mean, people can do whatever they want. They just got to do it. And hopefully I can give some kind of motivation or some kind of a path or a way for them to do it themselves. I mean, that's the biggest thing that I want to be remembered by is the power is within us. We just got to do it.
Just do it. I tell you, those are some very powerful words. And of course, I'm going to encourage you once again, show your love, care, concern, and support. I am just so honored that we were able to have you here once again, to reach out to the GMAP Broadcast Network family, and of course to assist you in putting your information out there into the eyes and ears of the people. Now, we know for a fact that you have our phone number, and if there is anything, and I mean anything, that we can do to assist you along the way, please don't hesitate. Pick up the phone, give us a call, and I want you to know personally that the answer will always be yes, and you will never, ever have to ask us twice. We would embrace assisting you in any way, shape, form, or fashion that we can. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move over, and I am going to allow you to speak from the heart. Your closing remarks and final words here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. We'd love to hear what's on your heart. So I'm going to move over, Tim, and I'm going to officially say the floor is yours.
Yeah. Well, I like to start off by saying thank you. I can't be more grateful than what you've done for me for this interview. I'm very appreciative of that. Again, yeah, please show your support to GMAP Broadcast Network. And I would just like to close by obviously saying thank you to my friends and family for the support for this too. But the number one thing I want to do is for the readers that read my book, say thank you for reading my book. Thank you for giving me a chance. Please, please, please don't forget to reach out to me because I want to hear your thoughts. It's not very often you get to talk to the author about your thoughts and your ideas and your reviews of your book. Whether you disagree or agree with my thoughts, either way, I'd love to hear it because a thought is just, it's not set in stone. It's not a law. So sometimes feedback on my thought can help me improve as a person, can help me be a better person. Not saying I'm going to change just because one person says something, but the more I know, the better decision I can make in my own life. And so it's, although the book is for people to read, it's also for myself too, for follow up books or for my follow up life. Yeah, and again, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, everyone. Please like me on Facebook. Please follow me wherever you can, and yeah, please show your support to the GMAP team as well. So, thank you very much.
And I am so grateful. That was well said. I'm not sure. I'm going to rewind the tape one more time and press play. But if I didn't ask, I want to ask you now, how is it that if someone wanted to reach out to you and contact you and speak with you on a more individual basis, of course, how is it that they can do so? How can you be reached and or contacted if you don't mind sharing?
Yep, the number one way is going to be my Facebook author page. I check it every day. I actually check it myself. I check it personally. I don't have an assistant. I don't have a team working that way. It's just me. That's the number one way. And that's, again, it's Tim Paumen author Facebook page. I do have a page called Strive to Live. I check that as well every day. And then I have some other media too. I have a website, Strive to Live. And again, I have local bookstores too. But Facebook is by far the best way. And yeah, whatever you want to say to me, it's going to read me, and I'm going to answer it and give you my honest thoughts, and I appreciate it. So,
Well, again, we thank you so much for being here with us on today. Thank you for accepting the invitation to be a part of our family and allowing us to officially be a part of your journey. I want you to have a fantabulous rest of your day. I'll be reaching out to you shortly because, of course, I'm going to dive right in and make sure that we don't get the same issue, technical issue that we got before. But I'm going to dive right in, give you a call, and let you know that everything is okay. But until the next time, and of course, we will be inviting you back and do a follow up to see how things are going. We want you to continue to follow your heart, continue to be blessed, and continue to be a blessing to others, okay?
thank you. I appreciate it very much.
God bless you, Tim, and we look forward to talking with you again soon. GMAP Broadcast Network Live here with one of our featured authors, Mr. Tim. All you have to do is stop by the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com, and click on the tab that is titled Featured Authors. You will see a copy of the current cover that I'm showing you on our television screen, Thoughts from the Quiet Kid. Click on it. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Until next time, we want to say peace, God bless you, take care, take it easy, and if it's good to you, take it twice. We
Thank
shall
you.
see you soon.